I am going to try and ride 100 miles on an exercise bike without stopping. Now I'm actually going to go 112 miles because that's the biking distance in an Ironman race. And I believe the average time it takes someone to complete that in an Ironman is just a little bit over 6 hours and going roughly 17 miles per hour. Now there are going to be two rules to this. The first rule is going to be I can't get off the bike at all. The second rule being I can't stop pedaling. So no brakes, nothing like that. Trying to mimic a racing situation as much as possible. Now I'm going to be tracking this just so you guys know it's real with my Apple Watch as well as with my phone. So I'll be tracking the distance with my phone, but then the backup is going to be my Apple Watch tracking my heart rate over the 24 hours so that you can see I didn't sleep during it, I didn't get off, I kind of kept up that same intensity. Okay, now let me give you a quick tour of the setup. So over here, first things first is we got the exercise bike. That's what I'll be riding. You can see I have my laptop up there. I may get a little bored during the challenge, so you know, gotta have some entertainment. I do have a book over there, but as people who know me, I probably won't read it, but I may try my best. All right, now over here, I also got a small variety of things. I have a lot of water, I have some snacks, and I have another camera for filming. All right, here we go. So the time is 8:43. You can see I started 11 seconds ago. Heart rate currently at about 105 beats per minute, so right around where I said it was gonna be. Also tracking on my phone here to see how far I can go and see the actual distance. All right, so one thing that I wanna do as well is I kind of wanna track the calories. So as we can kind of see there, I'm almost 15 minutes in and burned about 52 calories. So if that math holds, I'll be burning about 200 calories per hour. So if you want, go ahead and leave a comment down below how long you think it'll take me to complete the Ironman distance on an exercise bike, how many calories you think I'll burn, and while you're down there, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get back to it. Okay, now first snack break, I'm going with the Chewy bar. I figured I probably needed stuff to keep me going throughout the night, so I got granola bars. I got a different type of granola bars as well. I got Sun Chips and Cheez-Its, which probably weren't the best idea, but they sounded good, and it was kind of things that I had ready that didn't have to be cooked. I also really had no idea how much water to bring during this challenge. I got 3 big water bottles and then this cup of water. I think it's somewhere around 120 ounces of water. So that should be good at least to get me to the morning. But we'll kind of see how it goes. Hopefully I have enough, or else this challenge is going to get really hard or really quick. All right, we are officially just under 2 hours in. If we take a look right here, so there we go. We can see the time elapsed just under 2 hours, distance a little over 25 miles. And so with that, we officially completed the biking distance portion of a triathlon. I believe I looked it up and the average was somewhere around an hour and 17 minutes is what it usually takes people to bike that distance in a triathlon. So I did it under just a little under 2 hours, but I feel like that's good because I'm not going at racing speed, I'm just going at stamina speed. Now with that, we will also do a quick calorie check, 458 active calories. That's kind of what I'm going off of. And if you notice, the times are a little bit different from my phone to my watch. I think that may be because every so often my watch is asking me like, hey, are you still working out? And I wonder if it's because my heart rate's so constant throughout. I mean, like I think earlier when I showed it was at like 110, it's at 102 right now. And I think just because I'm going so long, it's gonna keep asking me that. So I have to keep going in and saying, yep, I'm still working out. So hopefully that doesn't like just go away during the night or anything like that. But 2 hours in, just hit that 2 hour mark. I'll go ahead and cross another one off of the list, but let's keep going. As you can see, still going here, still riding, but if you look at this, so I'm using iFit to track my distance, and I just got a notification, I guess is what it is, saying take some time to cool down. So I guess the maximum limit they want you to go is 3 hours, so I'm gonna hit end cool down here, and let's see if it lets me start up again. But while we're at it, let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. So 3 hours in, 35 miles, pretty much 36 miles, definitely by now 36 miles. I don't think that calorie count is accurate. All right, so opening it up again, the iFit app. Let's see if it lets me start another one automatically. It should just start here. Yep, there we go. Turn that way. All right, next one going in. Now, as I showed earlier, we had 36 miles in the first 3 hours, did a little bit better the second 3 hours, got to 42. So total, we're at 78 hours now, currently tracking the 30 minutes after the 6 hours, but I'll let you know how that goes as we get closer. Maybe we'll finish the 112 miles within the 9 hours, or maybe it'll take a little bit longer. But still going here, still riding, getting kind of tired, really sore, but overall it's going pretty good. Gonna keep it up. Alright, so as I mentioned, we have run into a couple hiccups, like the iFit app not actually tracking past 3 hours. But hey, we just hit the 6 hour mark. It's actually 6 hours and 10 minutes. So here we can see, like I mentioned, just over that 6 hour and 12 minute mark, at about 1,000 calories, active calories burned so far. So not too bad. First 3 hours, we were 36 miles in. Then the app stopped tracking it because it told you, hey, don't work out for more than 3 hours, you want to rest. Into the next 3 hours, at about like mile 17, I think it was, the app randomly stopped as well. And so I had to like reopen it. It saved my workout, but it didn't like save my time or anything. So not really gonna be able to use the app anymore. I'm still using it to track how many miles I go. But not really gonna keep track of the time on there. I'll just be using my Apple Watch for that. But the next 3 hours, we actually did 42 miles. So quite a bit better. Well, I guess 6 miles better, but still really, really good. Was proud of that. I actually thought I was gonna slow down, but speeding up, you know, gave me a little bit of motivation. Now total with those 6 hours, we were 78 miles in. We're actually at 6 hours and 43 minutes right now. This one's going a little bit slower. We're about 10 miles in right now. So 88 miles total, which means we have 24 more miles to go. I'm gonna try and get it in like the next hour and a half, 2 hours, but we'll see how it goes. Really hoping to get it underneath that 9 hour mark. So let's keep going. As you can see, I mentioned 6 hours and 40-ish minutes. We've burned so far 1,134 calories. Now the calories are actually a lot lower than I thought they were gonna be. I don't really know why. I'm not an expert in that, but still pretty good, you know, almost 1,100, 1,150 calories after 6 hours. I feel like that's really low for working out, especially riding a bike. But maybe it's just harder to burn calories the longer you go, or something. But oh well, we'll see what we end up at, probably around that 1,500 mark. All right, we're coming up on the last mile here. I'm gonna try and get it done as fast as I can, go a little bit harder. We are currently at 8 hours and 15 minutes. So a little bit longer than the typical Ironman pace of about 6 hours and something. I don't remember the exact minutes. But you know, 2 hours off, not terrible. I think they were saying that the average Ironman speed is like 17-ish, a little bit higher than 17 miles per hour. And I think mine is closer to 13, the lower end of 13, but 13 miles an hour, so not bad. Very, very tiring, very hard. I couldn't imagine doing this on a regular basis, although I guess if you did it on a regular basis, it probably wouldn't be so hard. All right, and we are done. Feels so good to just stop pedaling. All right, now looking here, the total time is 8 hours, 18 minutes, and 38 seconds. As you can see, it's 5:02, and that's in the morning. I actually started at 8:43 p.m. at night, I believe, so that kind of made it extra hard. I was going overnight. I did take a 1-hour nap before, but I am super tired. Now taking a look back at the calories, 1,400 calories, active calories, and then 2,133 total calories. Now, in case you're wondering, the difference between active calories and total calories is active calories is essentially like the extra calories you burn, whereas total calories includes like the amount of calories you would have burnt if you just did nothing. Now, I Googled it because I felt like my calories were really low. And Google was saying that like for someone at my weight, for biking, even like a little bit slower than I was biking, you should still burn like 300 calories per hour. Now, I had the resistance level set to 0. I don't know if that includes having a higher resistance level, but I feel like my calorie tracker was really low and probably off a little bit. Even the app, the iFit app on my phone said I was burning a lot more calories. So maybe it was closer to around 2,000 or something. I'm not sure, but I guess we'll go with what's on the phone. If you made a guess, that's what we are going off of, 1,408 calories total. All right, now I want to show you here my heart rate data. Now you can see this is just a couple days ago. My typical heart rate, anywhere between like 60 to, I believe it was like 75, 80, just kind of my resting heart rate. You can kind of see it stays around there. Now, if we go to today, and I didn't have it on for most of the day because I wanted to make sure my watch was charged. Now, if we go to when I started this at about 8:45, you could see there that typical heart rate between 90 and 120. And this kind of continues, drops down a little bit when I was getting a little tired. I think, yeah, the lowest it got was in the 70s. But yeah, for the most part, 90 to 110 was kind of where it was at. And that kept going throughout the whole challenge. And so that shows that I was actually riding the exercise bike and not just editing things out. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. 8 hours on a bike. I don't know if I'll ever do that again. I think the most I did before that was about 2 hours. I think that hour mark is kind of my sweet spot. But it was good, it was fun, it was a challenge. I am very tired, very exhausted. But I hope you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and give this video a like, and I'll see you guys next time.